What up? This is Rashid Davis, former Chicago Bear wide receiver. Yeah, that guy. And you're rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where they think they know everything, but they don't know jack.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where, like Rashid said, we think we know everything, but we don't really know shit. But our guest tonight, as always, he knows shit. But first, before we get to that, let me bring out my all-star team, starting with the super producer, Miss Tanya.
What's up, bro? What's up?
Tanya, what's going on? How you doing?
Man, I'm so good. Brain fried, but I'm good.
What you drinking on?
You know what am I drinking?
Why your brain fried?
Man, you know what I've been going through. Fried.
Yeah.
And these studies and these books, like, oh jeez.
I hear.
I could use a drink, but not right now.
Yeah, I bet you could. I'm drinking though.
I bet you
we gonna bring in, huh?
What you sipping on?
Well, I got me a little Tito's with some pineapple juice in my Bulls cup here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay, let's see what he's sipping.
Wait, shout out to the Bulls, RIP. Until next season.
Whatever.
We'll get to that later though. Let's bring in the second piece of the All-Star team, and today the last piece because Will and JR are not gonna make it. They want a date tonight. You're supposed to laugh when I said that. All right, but yeah, let's bring in my man who knows every single stat from every single team since the 90s. JB!
What up? Hey, bro.
What up, JB?
He on mute. How you on mute?
What?
Unmute. There you go.
Basketball saved your life. Also,
what up, y'all? What up?
What up, man?
It's Tuesday. You know how it is. You know what we here to do. Let's dive right in. Let's dive right in.
It's time to get it in. Hey, but so today is a huge podcast because we got a lot to talk about. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get to our special guest. He's huge in himself, but then we're gonna talk a little bit about this Kwame Brown mess situation, man.
I gotta get him on the bridge. He's going for himself, so I gotta go after him. I'm going
do it. But yeah, so we're gonna speak a little bit about that. Okay. Then we're also gonna talk about it was the premiere of The Chi. I don't know if any of you all watched The Chi, but I have somebody coming in who's gonna talk about it. Okay. And I can talk about it too because I'm on it and everything like that.
And I forgot to tell you, big ups, bro. Congratulations.
Thank you. But right now, it's not anything like set in stone. They just said officially you are until So
still,
but I'll take it for now. I'll take it for now. Yeah. Okay, you probably will see me.
Rub some elbows with you, bro. Oh,
appreciate you.
Hey, don't go changing on us.
Then we also,
Don't go changing on us.
Oh, no, never that. Also, the last thing we're going. You said what?
I'm with JB. I'm just saying,
no. Yeah, I already got a big head, so you can't get no bigger. Anyway, the last thing we're going to talk about is giving away these White Sox tickets, how you can get them. I'm not going to give them away today, but I will talk about how you can get them. And the White Sox actually look all right right now. So, and it's going to be a nice day on that day. They play Detroit. So anyway, forget all that. Let's get to my man, the former floor general for the Bulls. Man, he was stellar when Derrick Rose got hurt. Mm-hmm. He took over like, what? No problem. I got this. No problem. but he did not only play in Chicago, but he played with like 73 other teams. But we loved him when he was in Chicago. Let's bring him in. My man, CJ Watson.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. We don't have the clap machine, but we are the clap machine right now. What's up, man? How you doing?
It was good enough. Appreciate it.
What does your shirt say, CJ? What does your shirt say?
Black men are dope.
Yes, we are, brother. Yes, yes. I love it.
Yes.
I love that.
Okay, SP. Time for you to go. Bye-bye.
Deuces. I got stuff to do anyway.
All right, good. Get off our screen. Get off our screen. Bye. Okay. All right. Men talking. Black men are dope. I love it.
Love that, man. Real strong, real powerful.
So what's going on, CJ? How you feel, man?
I feel great, man. Just happy to be alive, with all the COVID and the pandemic stuff going on. So happy to, be able to talk with y'all and, live to see another day.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up.
Man. That's what's up. So I know you have a long story to tell. How about you start with your upbringing in Vegas and just take it from there?
Yeah. So I grew up, born and raised here in Vegas in the inner city. So my parents came from Nashville, Tennessee. They came from poverty also, and they moved here. So my dad could, start a new life, because if he probably would have stayed in Nashville, he probably would have been dead or in jail like the rest of his friends. So my mom convinced him to move to Vegas so they could start a business, and they just, took it from there. They wanted better for me and my brother, and so they kind of gave us the opportunities and the resources that they didn't have, and try to get us in good schools and keep us, off the streets and gangs and stuff like that. And we always just played basketball and, fell in love with the sport at a young age and continue to grow and get better and better, and then the next thing, I had a dream of playing in the NBA. Then, it finally came to fruition, after going overseas, getting undrafted, hitting some bumps and hurdles in the road. And then, always just sticking with it and persevering. And, finally got to that call where I got called up from an NBA team. And, that was kind of the end of it. And then never looked back. Just stayed 10 years in the league and then played 2 years overseas also.
That's
wonderful, wonderful. CJ, I want to let the fans know out here, we got a lot of people that is out here that's true CJ Watson fans, followed your career. And
probably not a lot of them.
No, you'd be surprised, because C-Red Nation love you.
No, I love Chicago, man.
You were not supposed to get away. Let me just be honest with you.
I didn't want to leave.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Right, that's awesome to know. Now we feel better. But I wanted to just use, you touched on how you grew up and you fell in love with the game at a young age. Now, those of us that know about Vegas, we know about two of those high schools that are powerhouses. That would be Bishop Gorman and Finlay Prep. Tell me how that played out.
Well, Finlay Prep's really not a high school. That's a prep school.
So, prep school in Vegas, right?
Yeah. In Vegas, yeah. But I went to Bishop Gorman also, so I was one of the teams that kind of started that, the powerhouse, if you want to say, winning 2 state championships and kind of building. And the ones after us that came after me, they kind of, took it to another level, winning 4 state championships in a row. And I think my coach that's still there, he's on his 10th or 11th championship. So they're Gorman is big, in Vegas, and I think a lot of the top athletes come out of Gorman. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of other high schools that have professional athletes also, but Vegas is probably one of the premier ones that you really think about when you speak of sports in Vegas.
Absolutely. You guys got some clutch names that came to the league from Bishop Gorman, man. So then you traveled to Tennessee, the SEC.
Right.
Yeah.
Big boy ball.
Yeah.
Big boy ball right there.
Yeah. That's kind of, man, that's where you a little kid becomes a grown man, because you playing against grown men, every night. When I went there as a freshman, I actually wanted to go to UCLA. That was my dream school, but the coach got fired. So I opened up my recruiting and went to Tennessee, where my family was close to. I always had family close there. So like I said, the SEC is tough. There's no nights off in the SEC. There's always a tough team. You're going against a star-studded backcourt. For me as a point guard, I went up against a great point guard every night. So it really made me grow real fast, and I got to experience what the NBA could look like in the future.
Absolutely, that's great. Who was that coach from UCLA that you got fired? Was that Lavin or right before?
Yeah, Steve Lavin, yeah.
Steve Lavin, okay. A lot of good press about Steve Lavin, man. Good guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Great guy. So we know you went undrafted, and a couple of us, we know about the overseas game and stuff. How did that make you feel about basketball? I know a couple of cats, we all want to go and still play. Pro is pro. You know what I'm saying? But how did you make that feel? Because watching a couple of games in the SEC back then, we knew you had game. We knew who you were. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like when you went undrafted, it was like, man, all SEC, freshman SEC,
right.
like, what's going on?
Yeah, so I'll tell you a crazy story. I was actually going to leave my junior year and go to the NBA because we were getting a new coach and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't want to stay and be a part of the whole rebuilding process. So I was actually going to leave, and then he kind of convinced me to stay. He had a run and gun offense that he said would be catered to me, which is perfect for me because I love run and gun. And I actually stayed, and got better, had the best probably year that I had in my career. And then the draft night came, I had a lot of workouts, probably did good in a lot of workouts. And like you said, I had every emotion that any player could have, during draft time. They actually called me and told me I was going to get drafted with the last pick, and that last pick came. I didn't get drafted. Then I felt, let down. All these emotions, and then I made the decision to go overseas because they were throwing, I think, $100,000. I mean, that's the most money I've ever seen in my life, and anyone in my family's ever seen. So I'm like, yeah, I don't get that money.
Right,
broke college kid. I ain't got no bread in my pocket, so I gotta go across this water and and try to make the best of it. And then that's kind of just what I did. And I was away from my family, and went to a country that I never even knew anything about. Didn't know the language, didn't know anything. So I kind of researched it, but and kind of like I said, just made the best. I played in Italy, Reggio Emilia, a small city.
Okay, Pro B.
Yeah, no, it was first league.
First league Pro A. Okay.
Yeah, real small city. We were a terrible team. I had a new coach every month. They got fired and bringing new coaches in, so it was definitely one of the worst experiences I've ever had with basketball, and that's why I decided not to go back overseas anymore.
Ain't mad at
you. It was a long journey.
So when you came over here, you first went to Golden State, correct? How was that?
When I came back, I went to the D League first for a month. Then I got called up to go to Golden State.
Okay. How was that experience in Golden State?
It was fun, man. Like I said, I played with players that I always looked up to. Like Baron Davis was one of my favorite players ever for me as a point guard. I used to play with him in the video games all the time. Like he was the person that I would always, pick and want to be like. And just to be able, yeah, he was a cheat code. Yeah. As soon as I get to the practice arena, he's the first person I see. He welcomes me with open arms, and play with other players like Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, Monte Ellis, Al Harrington. All those guys just made me feel at home, and the coach was, even better. He just told me to go out there and play my game, and just let the rest, chips fall where they may.
Okay.
And who was that? Was that Don Nelson before
Don Nelson?
Mark Jackson?
Yeah, Don Nelson. Yeah.
Okay, more run and gun. It just suits you.
Yeah, it suits me better. Yeah, that was my type of game.
Love that. Man, you just said some names, man. BD, UCLA.
Yeah.
We know for those that know basketball, Al Harrington was one of
those. Al Harrington.
He was really the start of the stretch four, I feel like.
Yeah, hey, I can go for that. And all-star level. Yeah, Al Harrington give it to you anyway. Inside out. Yeah.
Yep.
Love Al Harrington. And then was that year 2 or year 3, a guy by the name of Steph Curry came into the league.
Yes. That was year 3. Yep. Yes.
Year 3, yeah.
Light skin Steph came into the league.
You had a little seasoning now,
Yeah, you said light skin Steph.
Yeah, that's what we call him, light skin middle school. But he came in the league, with a lot of confidence. People always ask me, do we ever see the superstardom in him? I would just tell him no, because he came in, humble, came in working hard, and obviously you saw the attributes he had. You already had the genes of his dad and mom, being great players and whatever. And he just came in and worked hard. But you saw it, throughout the process that he was eventually going to get there, and it took time, which, he went through some hurdles and stuff. And now you can see he changed the game forever.
Right. Absolutely. I remember, now don't quote me. I'm usually pretty good at this. I want to say you and Steph was on the court. It had to have been Sacramento. I think you hit like 38 or no, I'm sorry. 38 was your career. You hit 40. Right?
Yeah, 40 that night. Yeah.
Man, tell us about that, because I remember we was watching that on. It was like, man, CJ out here killing.
you really are the stat guy.
Well, I have no life. All I do, I used to play back in the day. When I got through playing, I got a job, and I come home and I watch basketball. It's on right now.
Right,
that's all I do is watch and remember. Watch and remember. This is gonna throw you off. I even remember you all had a guy. I think it was Ronnie Turioff, right? Was
Ronnie,
like stuff. Like people was like, that was like the first big name. Was he from Gonzaga?
Gonzaga. I mean, he was with the Lakers. He just won a chip with the Lakers. Championship with the Lakers.
He was like one of the first guys from Gonzaga to get to the league after John Stockton, of course. That was man, we was like, what the hell is Gonzaga? You know?
Right,
This guy pretty good.
Ronnie was good, man. He used to block everything, go try to go get everything, get dunked on a couple times, but that's the name of the game. but
someone wanted to tell you all about that.
Right. But back to that 40-point game, I think it was just a contribution of hard work and and staying late in the gyms at late in the night and then going early in the mornings and just trying to perfect the craft. Like Coach Nelson used to always tell me to work on finishing at the rim, work on my outside shot. That's all I would really do because that's what he told me. That's how I felt like I was going to get on the court. So I had to keep doing what he told me to get on the court, and eventually paid off.
Absolutely. I know third year you turned that corner. Tell us a little bit about Coach Nelson. I hear a lot of raving reviews about him. How did you being basically a person that had to come into the league to prove himself, did he kind of like give you that space or did he kind of like mentor you a little bit? How did that work?
This is exactly how it happened, man. I had a meeting with him as soon as I signed. He was like, CJ, I've been watching some of your D-League games. You're a pretty good player. You come in there, you do what you need to do. I'm going to throw you in the fire. I'm going to see what you got. And that's kind of exactly what he did. He would play me, sparingly, games here and there to give Barron a rest sometimes. And I would play well. Then he would sit me for a game. I wouldn't play. Then I practice all the time. And then next 3 or 4 games I would play. So he was just throwing me out there to see what I had and see what I can do, in big time moments.
Gotcha. Okay. That's smooth. Shout out to Coach Nelson.
Yep.
So then when you came to the Bulls, how was that experience? And then compare that to the experience at Golden State.
When I signed with the Bulls, I had no clue they was even, looking at me at all. It was weird because every time I played in Chicago, I didn't feel like I had a good game. So it was kind of different. But those 2 seasons in Chicago, I don't think nothing can compare because when I first signed there, no one even thought we would get to the playoffs that first year. Everyone expected us to be out of the playoffs, and we surprised everybody. I think everyone on that team had something to prove. To D Rose, to Joe Kim, to Ronnie, to Kyle Korver, even to Coach Tibbs. He came in as a new coach trying to prove himself that he can be a great coach in this league. And we all surprised a lot of people. And for us, it wasn't really a surprise because we knew all the work that we put in. Tibbs prepared us every day, every night, didn't let us sleep and practice, didn't let us skip any steps. And it was all about the process. And we kind of stuck with it.
Right. You guys sure took the world by storm. We remember the year before you got there, CJ, we had like fleeting hopes for the Bulls with Derek, Ben Gordon at that time.
Yeah.
We were like the 8th seed, and we took Boston to a couple of overtime games.
Yeah.
Right. So we knew it was, it was some things.
It was coming. Yeah.
It was coming. It was brewing. Lou Al was solid,
Yeah.
We knew some things was coming, but I remember you had put it was that Miami game. And like we were 62-20 and everything, and had so many high hopes for the franchise. We hadn't done anything on that epic of a level since Michael Jordan had been here. So we're clamoring for some success.
Right. Yeah.
So what did you guys like? And Tibbs, by him being a first year coach, he kind of was thrust into a similar Phil Jackson type of role with what was going on. So how did you all manage that? Like I'm saying, you're just getting to the team. He's just getting there. Derek, they looking for Derek to take the next step. Like I said, Noah, Luau, like it was a bunch of Kyle Korver at the time was money. How did that make you feel as far as the meshing? Because none of you all had played together before.
I mean, I think it was cool, man. Because honestly, if you need to play basketball, it doesn't take that long for you to gain chemistry with your teammates, especially if you're seeing them every day for 6 or 7 months, like we are, 3 or 4 hours a day in practice and stuff like that. So I think the meshing part wasn't hard for us. We just had to understand what Tibbs wanted from us. And we all had to understand our roles. Like we knew D Rose was the MVP. We knew it was his team. We knew Luau was the second option. We knew Joe Kim was going to bring the energy. He's going to be the tough guy, the fake tough guy, whatever you want to call it. And we know Booz is gonna do what Booz does, and get his double doubles and everyone off the bench. We just try to come in either if the team had the lead, we want to sustain the lead, and if we were down, we wanted to try to get it back even or gain the lead for the starters to come back and finish the game off. So I think everyone on that team just knew their role. We played it all to perfection, and everyone honestly really loved everybody. We liked all my teammates. We all hung out, on the road after dinners, after games, and we all kicked it. So it wasn't no hatred on any part. We all wanted everyone to succeed.
That was up, man. The bench mob. Y'all coined the phrase, man.
Bench mob.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Bench mob was cold.
Yeah. We were just talking about the bench mob, man. We loved the bench mob. We loved the Bulls, but the Bulls were up, down. They were up when they had Jordan. Then when Tim Floyd came, oh my God, down, down. And they were down for a while with Vinny Del Negro. They kind of went up a little bit with Scott Skiles. Then when Tibbs came, they went up. Now, what was Tibbs' downfall? We have an idea, but we want to hear it from you.
I don't know if it was, I would say a downfall, but I just think in the playoffs when we got to face Miami those times, obviously every time in the regular season we beat them, but in that fourth quarter, when playoff time comes, that full court shrinks. It's half court. Now you got to be able to score in half court, which I think we couldn't do in the fourth quarter. Their defense really got better in the fourth quarter, and our offense kind of was stagnant. And I think that was the big thing for us, not being able to get over the hump with them, was being able to score and have enough firepower to withstand, their defense, have enough playmaking in the fourth quarter. I think if we wanted to if small ball was big back then, we kind of would have been small. That kind of would have maybe helped us get past them, just having more playmakers on the floor. But at that time, small ball wasn't really prevalent in the league at that time.
Right, and we were kind of wondering too, CJ, because we were watching the games as fans and stuff, and we see how we swept Miami the regular season. We like, man, nobody worry about the Heatles, man. This Bulls, we got this.
Right, yeah.
And then out of nowhere, game 2, Kyle Korver didn't want to shoot anymore. And then Keith Bogus kept shooting. We like, hey, wait a minute, that's Packers. Hold on. And put CJ in. Go ahead and run small. Let Derek get some of that small action so that he can, not have to spend so much energy and stuff. So and Tibbs, if you don't play defense, because a lot of people wonder like this. They say, if you didn't play defense for Tibbs, you weren't going to see a lot of minutes. That was pretty much solid, right?
Yeah,
but you guys were top 5 in defense. So I'm confused.
I don't know. I never really, kind of asked Tibbs or had the chance to ask him. But like I said, I think if small ball was big back in those years or whatever, he probably would have went small. Just to, like I said, have another playmaker on the court, get D Rose off the ball sometimes. But we kind of really only did it maybe 1 or 2 games during that whole 2 years that I was there. And like I said, if it was big back then like it is now, I think he would have definitely did it, and maybe we could have beat him. You never know. I feel like we would have beat Mavs in a series of 7 games in the championship.
Absolutely, yeah, because Taj was gonna get up on Dirk, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Oh yeah. We was all Taj, Joakim. We was gonna throw everybody at him.
Yeah, I love it, man. And then that next year, Derek and unfortunately got hurt, but you stepped up big, man. You stepped up.
Yeah, I mean that's what you got to do. I think it's like when one of your teammates goes down, the next person has to step up, and it's not just that person. It's a team effort. I think we all came together. Everyone stepped up. Wow, Lucas came in there and gave big minutes, hit big shots throughout the year.
Jay Lucas III, yeah.
Right, yep. And Omir played big, when Joakim was out. So I think it wasn't just me; it was a whole team of everyone coming together and and holding the fort down.
So do you think you guys got broke up a little too prematurely? Because we saw some things on the line, man. First in the league, 62-0, just maybe a piece or two here to just switch things. I know that next year, I think that was that the next year? Yeah, Rip had came, right?
Rip came, yeah.
So you had got kind of a little bit more solid from the shooting guard position, at least.
Right. Yeah.
What I'm saying? But then, with Derek's injury and stuff, sometimes the chips fall the way we don't want them to fall. But like I said, you stepped up huge, shot just under 40% from the field, I believe. And it was just, man, it was magic to watch. And then it was like the next year, it was like, wait a minute, where did CJ go? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the team got broken up way too fast, man. At least give us one more year, to see how it goes. And that year doesn't work out, then you kind of break it up. But I think, like I said, I think I think D Rose is about to get his big contract that year, and somebody else has got a big contract. So you had to share some of that money, which that's what you have to do to to keep your star player is a business. So I understand it, I get it, and I wasn't like crying about it or whatever, but I was definitely mad that I didn't get to stay and they didn't give us another year because I think we were on the brink of of something great, and hopefully that would have been a championship.
Absolutely. We all feel the same way, brother. We all feel the same way. And then you went to Brooklyn and we got – so I'm going to ask you this. If I'm talking too much, I'm sorry. I'm asking you.
No, it's all good.
Then you went to Brooklyn. Like I said, remember, I have nothing to do but sit and watch basketball because I'm not just a fan. I'm a fanatic.
Yeah.
Who the hell do Nate Robinson think he is, man?
I don't know. I love the competition, though. For me, I
mean, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't know.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but I just
watching that on the game, and I'm like, no, Nate didn't just jump up and see be mad. Like, what's wrong?
I love the competition. I'm all there for the sport and to get better and to say I won the game. But I think if it was different circumstances, if it was like a preseason game or a regular season game, it would have been in a different outcome. But I definitely wasn't trying to risk losing the game by trying to punch somebody or anything like that. But I love Nate. Nate's a good guy. Nate's funny. He works hard. He's definitely a pro, probably one of the best dunkers that you've seen at his size.
Absolutely.
He's always going to be a fan favorite because how hard he hustles and plays the game, and he shows that he plays with his heart on his sleeve all the time.
Absolutely.
He got a glass
jaw. Why he tried to get up?
He got a glass jaw, though.
Hey, I didn't say that, man. That's what you said. I just watched it like everybody else. I was hoping he was gonna win too. I was like, hey,
we all hoped it, but it was
no
like,
way.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it was too fast, man. It was too fast.
Oh, man.
Stick with Duncan. That's okay. Man, Bullets checking in. Okay. CJ, when you received your first paycheck as a pro, what did you buy with it, or did you save it? Okay.
So back in the day, I definitely didn't save it. That shit was gone before I even got it. I probably bought a whole bunch of Jordans and stuff like that. But now, if I, to look back on it now to give myself advice, I would definitely, save it, invest it in, and put it in some real estate or something like that. But definitely, I was young, so I mean, as a young black man, that's all we know, and we don't know any better. But I'm here to encourage kids and to help them do better than make the same choices I did.
Absolutely. Now, I have a couple of family members that played in the NFL and the NBA. Did you all have the same financial literacy courses and all the things that you guys, when you first got to the league, do they even still do that? Let me ask you that.
Yeah, we still had meetings and stuff like that, once every quarter about how you should be having a financial advisor, a CPA, and all that kind of stuff, agent, and all the percentages where it should go, stuff like that. So they definitely were staying on top of it and telling you about retirement and pension and all that kind of stuff. Okay, good. That's good to know because as our black youth, we think Gucci is an investment, and it's unfortunately it's not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I don't even buy them no more.
Hey, there you go. I'd rather support like you got on right now. I'd rather support homemade.
Support my people. Yeah,
absolutely. Right on, brother. Right on.
So after Brooklyn, you spent a couple years in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
How would you rate that experience in Indiana versus the ones in Golden State and Chicago, not necessarily Brooklyn, because you weren't there that long?
Yeah. I would say as far as the playing aspect, it was fun because we definitely got to the Eastern Conference Finals, but as far as the fandom and all that kind of stuff, I don't think there's anything that can compare to the Chicago fan base, because when we were winning and we were first in the league, it was we were rock stars in Chicago. it was something that you couldn't really explain, but doing that in Indiana, it's you're just in Indiana, so it's not as fun, it's not as glamorous. But It's definitely a sight to see, because I got to play with great players like PG, David West, Lance Stevenson, and I think we were either a 2 seed in that year, so it was definitely fun to go up against the Heatles again, and trying to beat them, but they obviously beat us again, so it was definitely a loss.
That was a nice squad too, man. David West get a lot of respect, and
that was a real nice squad, man.
I love D West. Yeah,
hey, D West is one of them guys, man. Hey.
Yeah, D West is my guy, man. That's one of my favorite teammates.
Real talk, man. Hey, listen, How did you feel about Lance blowing in LeBron's ear? I don't know where that came from, man. But
Me neither. I was all for it, man. Whatever to do to get him off his game. I don't care what.
Get the edge, right?
Right, yeah. If it's help playing with his mental mind, don't keep doing it. Don't worry about it. But obviously, LeBron is tougher than that. He's mentally strong. He's probably seen all the little antics like that, and it definitely did help.
And does them himself. He does. He's the antic master.
So, right? Yeah.
I know he's got a good chuckle out of it. I tell you that.
Yeah. It was for sure funny. When I see the memes now, I laugh about it still.
Right.
So in Orlando, was that like your kind of like your finale for the NBA before you went overseas again?
I felt like it. I mean, I felt like when I signed there, I got a couple injuries that were really lingering.
Right.
I definitely felt like it was close to nearing the time. But I feel like I still had a lot of basketball still left in me. So those 2 years kind of went by fast. But then after that, I felt like once I didn't get picked up again, I felt like I just wanted to see if I still had, still keep playing. And then I went overseas to Turkey and just kind of played just to see if I still had it, which I still did, but just wasn't the same level. I felt like. So you gotta kind of know when it's time to shut it down. And my body wasn't responding like it usually was, and so I just had to bow out gracefully.
I mean, hey, 10 years, not a lot of people can say that.
No.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed and thankful for it, man. I wouldn't trade it in for nothing. I definitely I know there's plenty of people that tried, and like I said, it's only 1% of us that actually get there, and then getting there and staying there for those 10 years, it takes even more hard work to stay there for that much longer.
Right, absolutely. Yep. So CJ, how do you feel about basketball today? Because you still played in a pretty competitive era, right when they started clicking up. Right now, man, I feel like every team trying to cheat, man. Real talk.
I mean, it is what it is. They're gonna let you sign the players and all that kind of stuff. Sign your friends. Why not? Why not try to go out there, and win a championship? I mean, at the end of the day, it's just basketball. I mean, even if you playing, they stacking the teams, that doesn't mean necessarily they're gonna win. They still got to go out there and compete and play on both sides of the ball. So, I mean, today's game is definitely changed a lot.
I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people, and this could be a false narrative, feel that clicking up, so to speak, means you don't really want to compete as a ball player. You don't want to compete. Right. And I don't know if I necessarily I teeter the fence depending on the situation. Like right now, it's kind of like, I got to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak.
Right. Yeah.
But back then it was like you would never see Larry and Magic and Michael, hey, let's get together and do this. It was like, no, I want to beat Larry, or no, I want to beat Magic. You know what I'm saying? So did that just fall by the wayside with a new generation, or what's your take on that?
I think it's still, but you got to think about it. Back in the day, though, there's always Magic, Kareem, James Worthy. That's the big three right there to me. So I mean, they always had.
This
big
is not
threes.
New for the big threes. There's been big threes.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
It's just the way that it happened. I'm saying.
Yeah. It's just like I say, probably just teams and friends clicking up and wanting to play with each other. But like I said, I don't really have any chance to get any harshness against it. But I just think if you step on the court, you just got to go out there and beat them and just make them make them rethink their decision at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Terrence, what was that the Bullet said? I saw it and I didn't see it anymore.
He said,
here we go.
Who would you say was your toughest competitor in the pros?
I used to always hate little small guards, man, when they pick me up full court and try to pressure me all the way up the court. Because the little small guards get up under you, man. I could never, not to say I couldn't get by them, but I just hated because they were always so fast and quick. So that's the only thing. I don't have no names.
Go ahead.
Like small guards, but
Nate
I think
Robertson?
the toughest stuff. Not necessarily him. It's just little real small guards. They just pick
anybody
you up
like a Nate or like a Jason Correa type or somebody.
Yeah, somebody like that. Yeah,
little dude like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel like my toughest competition was guys like Tony Parker or Darren Williams, because they were strong, physical. Well, not Tony Parker, but D was a strong physical guard. He could shoot it. He can get to the basket. And Tony Parker was fast. And he tried to go under his screens. He still somehow gets to the basket. So it was always tough guarding those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely. Did you ever try to get into any coaching or anything like that? Because clearly you had a beautiful basketball mind, man. Like we'd love to see something like that.
Not yet. I mean, I think just for now, just hang with the family for now and go to my daughter's school shows and stuff that I missed, traveling basketball, stuff like that. So maybe in the next couple of years, I'll get into basketball coaching or something like that. Maybe high school. I don't know. Just to give back to all the stuff that I learned, give it back to the next generation.
Okay, absolutely.
How old is your daughter?
I have a 13, a 4-year-old, and a 9-month-old.
Oh, congratulations!
Right.
Appreciate it.
Man, that's dope. All girls.
Yeah. All girls. Yeah.
Any ball?
Shit.
Volleyball right now, my oldest, but not basketball. She tried basketball, but not volleyball. Was probably where it's going to be at for now.
And we'll take it. It's still a ball. We'll take it.
Right? Yeah.
That is all good.
So who do you got this year?
I still like the Lakers, man. If they're healthy, I still like the Lakers. They're still tough to beat, but I can't. It's hard to go against the Nets, man. They got too much firepower over there. Do you
think, even with the injury that LeBron has, be it slight, do you see them really running the West? Because they have a gauntlet. Like Phoenix is no joke, man.
Yeah, Phoenix is no joke, man. They're young, they're athletic, they ain't scared of them. They want that matchup. I feel like.
I think right. I was feeling the same way. Like, the Lakers might have messed this one up.
Right. Yeah. But I think still LeBron, even when he's not 100% healthy, he's still good enough to beat and carry a team. I feel like to the championship. But AD got to step up. He has to play better. He said it himself. He got to play better, and he's that guy who can carry a team when LeBron is hurt.
And see, I was looking at it. I was more concerned about your position because if Schroeder doesn't give you anything, now I look at the bench and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Right. Wes Matthews. Yeah. As you see, I'm a Laker fan. I got it in my background and everything, but I'm kind of not for him right now. I'm not feeling it. I like what I see out of Phoenix, and not just to mention, Monty Williams got them boys playing, man.
Yeah, he do. Yeah.
He's a great coach, man. What rhetoric he's spitting, but I like it.
Yeah, he's a great coach, man. And I think, like you said, if their bench can't do anything, they're probably not going to get out of that series. But like I said, if LeBron can command double teams and then AD can play single coverage or also command double teams and leave those guys like Caruso and Pope open, and they'll start getting some confidence throughout the series. And especially, when it gets back to LA, that home court advantage is a more of a confidence booster also.
Right. You think now, because COVID has been such a negative influence on things like that, is that Staples Center decided advantage still available with only like 6,000-7,000 fans? Do you think it's like even impactful enough to make a difference anymore? Well, not for today.
Yeah, for sure. You can see how it makes a difference even in the first couple of playoff games. Guys are playing with more energy at home than they are on the road, and you'll see as soon as it switches back to the road. But those guys that home cooking is a different feeling. Sleeping in your own bed, not have to travel to the bus and stuff like that. So all those things kind of play a role in winning and losing. I feel like sometimes.
Okay, good to know. We definitely gonna be looking at that tonight. I'm just sitting up here like, man, I just want to see some good basketball, man. That's all.
Right? Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yep.
So, what kind of stuff you have going on now after basketball?
So now I just wrote. I finished writing my 3rd children's book. So I have 3 children's books. You can get them on Amazon. Yep. So just trying to inspire kids and give them hope and just trying to get them to dream big and shoot for their goals. And also an angel investor. I have my own foundation that helps underserved youth here in Las Vegas community and entrepreneur. So that's kind of really all I'm doing right now. Just like I said, trying to be a super dad, do everything for my kids and take them places. But that's pretty much all it is.
Man, that's awesome. Where can we get all those books?
That's a lot.
Yeah. You can go to cjpens.com, cjpens.com, or they're on Amazon.
Okay, Soup, write that down. Yeah, we always support our guests, man. If you have anything, we always support.
Definitely. A lot of little kids that need somebody to read to
You
them.
said you got 3 already. 3 books.
Got 3, yeah. Working on my 4th one. So I'm trying to get it and turn it into a cartoon or a movie. So, little kids like that grow up in the inner city like ourselves can, see someone on a cartoon that look like them so they can be inspired by it.
So mostly like books about positivity, a little bit of SEL, things like that.
Yeah, the first one's about basketball. The second one is about homework, and the third one is about handling bullies in a positive manner.
Okay.
Oh,
Definitely
that's,
make sure we
that's
get that,
deep.
and you'll be hearing from us soon. Absolutely.
Okay. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Man, that's dope.
Yeah.
That is really dope.
Just try, man.
We definitely know a lot of little kids that need that person to read to them and read them good books. So
I teach them every day.
Okay, yeah, just let me know. They'll be great to have them. I'm sure. Hopefully, they like them.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, just order like a boatload of books and just give them to kids, man.
Yeah,
They might not have
CPS
nobody read.
I said CPS could really use it, especially like CJ, like you said, cartoons and literature that look like us, that represent us.
And that's so important. That's so important. That look like us.
Yeah, they got to be able to see someone that looks like them, so they can be able to say, I can do this because, CJ looks like me and he did it. So why can't I do it? So just giving them hope and faith that, and giving them reassurance that you can make it out whatever situation you're in.
There it is, man.
Exactly. They'll relate better to that than to see like little Seth, little white boy Seth in the book.
Oh no!
No offense to any white people that are watching.
Yeah. But every culture got to be represented. Not just our culture, but every culture. They talk about their cultures and how they want to see their cultures in represented and stuff. We got to do the same thing. I feel like
absolutely. Like what they say, reach one, teach one, and we can do that a lot more when we show each other that we've actually done something positive to make that situation better. Absolutely.
Right.
Hey, man. Hey, you're right, Bullets. You're right. Bullets as always. Appreciate you. And I got a text.
You peep how he got the white fist with the
white and the black.
Absolutely. Hey, my man Bullets is he's a recurring viewer, CJ. He's always on. Love Bullets. Love Bullets.
That's my
real good guy. Real good guy. One of our other viewers sent me a text and said, "Yeah, we would have watched a lot more Charlie Brown if his name was CJ Brown."
Hey man, maybe one day we're gonna make it happen. Hopefully it'll come into existence. And
that would be absolutely dope, man.
Terrence wants to ask you a question, but he's not gonna ask you.
What question is that? What you talking about?
The death of the Bulls.
Oh yeah. I
wasn't gonna let you off the hook, T. CJ, get him. Let him know what's going on.
So CJ, as you see, I used to be an avid basketball fan. This is from 2011 when you was.
No, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that flag.
I was an avid Bulls fan.
But he said
was, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I was spoiled from Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. I was spoiled.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
And then they took us down they took us downhill. Tim Floyd took us downhill.
Yeah, that's every franchise.
They started to come back up gradually.
Right.
And then, D Rose, and then you and the whole bench mob and Joe. So, it was a lot of ups and downs, and now it's down, and now I'm not feeling them like that no more. I was trying when they went and got Vooch, and they tried to have Vooch pair him up with Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
And then I tried. I had hope for Kobe. Man, he disappointed me, man. Why was he so?
You gotta give him some time, man. It's only they young players, they rookies, and then they got to play together. I would say after next season, then you can fall off. Then you can say the dead Bulls.
Okay, so
that's fair. I was saying that before. JB was getting on me for saying give them time. But like as the season progressed, I was like, well, I don't want to give these dudes time. I want them to win right now. Right now, I want them to win, and they just weren't doing it.
CJ touched on it. He touched on it. CJ, you said like that Don Nelson approach, or the coach that you had your last year, senior year in Tennessee, that saw what your team needed by doing run and gun, more open motion as opposed to more sets, more half courts. We know that translates into the playoffs. You're going to slow it down. You're going to do more half court. But what I was telling Terrence and a couple of our other friends, just because you added another all-star to the team did not mean that was going to take us to the 4th or 3rd seed overnight.
Right. Yeah. You got to give them time, man. You got to let them bond and get to know each other, understand the system, understand the coach, and to understand the city. Really, guys,
the city, yes, absolutely. But the coach, like anybody that watched basketball, so if you come from Billy Donovan with Russell Westbrook, all that was up and down, up and down, up and down.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have. I like Vooch. He's 21 and 12, 11.3. He's a double walking.
Yeah.
But he's not Serge. He don't give it to you on the defensive end as well. Now, although he did have a Steven Adams, but you saw what happened to the Thunder when they had to rely on a Steven Adams. It kind of bogged them down.
Right. Yeah, because he couldn't score. Yeah,
he couldn't score. Vooch can score and he can move. But I still see times when Zach ready to go or Kobe ready to go north and south, and they're just waiting.
Yeah. You got to pair the right people up. I think it's the thing for general managers too. They got to put the right pieces together to complement the coach and his system. So it's kind of like a catch-22. You got to make sure all the pieces are right in the right place. And like I said, it's going to take time. It's not going to be overnight.
So does Donovan need to change, or do we need to change Donovan? Because a Tiger doesn't change his stripes often.
Right. I don't know. I really haven't watched the Bulls that much, to be honest. So I couldn't give you.
I just basically told you everything you need to know.
Right. Yeah. I watched them a few times, but like I said, I don't know. I haven't watched them enough to be like, it's the players or the coach or whatever. But I think it's, like I said, it's just going to take time.
Absolutely. So, C-Red Nation, keep your heads up. Wait till next year.
Yeah.
While we got you here, CJ, let's switch speeds a little bit. Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown. What do you think about this whole
on
outburst
in the NBA circle?
I don't know, man. Like I told some, when it first started, I never knew anything about it because I try to get on social media. I post up to my story, then I get off because I know if I stay on there, I'll be on there forever.
Right.
So I never knew about it. Then like a couple of days go by, and people kept sending me stuff about Kwame and Jack and Matt, all this kind of stuff. So I didn't even look at it. So then they kept sending it to me. And they're like, I got to look at it now. So it was just funny just to see the back and forth, I guess, or whatever. But I just think, that's when you got to leave quiet people alone. You got to let people, just leave them alone. He was peaceful. He was by himself. He wasn't bothering nobody,
right?
And then they go poking the bear. Right. and it wasn't just them, it was probably a whole bunch of people that always talked about him and used him as a scapegoat because they think he's a bust and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's just funny just to see the back and forth. But Kwame, I never knew Kwame personally, but he's actually pretty smart. Just the few minutes that I did watch, he's pretty intellectual, and says some smart stuff. He's not just like a dumb, athlete or whatever, just talking and just rambling on a camera. He's actually saying some stuff to not just uplift our people, but everyone in the world.
Yeah, man.
We noticed that too. But you play with Matt and Jack, so like. Mm-hmm. Is that who they are right now, or were they just really funning?
He roasted Matt.
Yeah, because he went kind of hard, man. Back with the good hair, that was rough.
He went hard. He went hard on both of them, man. Like I don't know if I can't say like he's lying or whatever, but it's just funny just to hear. I'm not gonna lie, but just because I know Jack and Matt, it's just funny to hear Kwame's rebuttal or whatever. But it's definitely, like I said, it's funny to hear, and I'm glad I think they squashed it now, peacefully or whatever. So,
now you're talking about Stephen A. Smith. So he didn't move.
Yeah. He switched gears. Yeah. Right. So it's good. It's good that they squashed their beef, and it didn't end up in fists and fights and guns like it could have been probably.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, and let's be honest, CJ. Anybody that makes the league and we say things. Hell, you ain't no bust if you collected a check, man, in the NBA.
Right, yeah. And he played for like a 10, I don't know how long. He played
12 or 13. I want to say 12 because he was drafted in 2000, right?
That's a long time for
a long time.
2012. He got a lot of checks.
Shoot. He might have exceeded, the number one draft pick expectations, but he definitely, did what he was supposed to do in the league, and
and he stayed. He stayed.
Yeah, exactly. He stayed, provided for himself and his family. So I think that's not a bust to me.
Right.
He ain't no slouch. He made 1 year and fizzled out, or pulled some Jamarcus Russell type stuff. Then
right.
Yeah.
That's a bust. He wasn't no bust.
You know, he ain't Kwame. I mean, Kwame ain't no Anthony Bennett. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah. He was a good player, so I think Kwame, you know, was definitely a big guy. Just kind of got thrown into the fire probably way too quick.
He was what, 17, I think, 18?
He was a boy. Yeah. He was 17.
Yeah. I remember, man, I'm watching. You remember Slam Magazine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they was talking about the next Kevin Garnett, and I was like, man, slow down.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Garnett he only been in the league 5 years. You know what I'm saying? You telling this man,
right.
Kevin, like, relax.
Right. Yeah. It takes time, man. Like I said, it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes time to even come into your own and then have the confidence to play with grown men. Like I said, he was coming out of high school. He went from high school, you know, cheerleaders and all that kind of stuff to first class flights. Right. That's a different like lifestyle. Yeah. Gotta get used to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
So they squashed it peacefully, huh?
I hope so, man.
So now he's on. So now he's on to Stephen A. Smith. JB, what is he saying about him?
Basically, well, so without telling too much and taking too much of CJ's time, if you don't mind. So basically, he was getting on Stephen A. Smith for the way that he had been tearing him down and making a living off of tearing his career down for the last 20 odd years, which if you really think about it, this is 2021. It's been 20 years. And you're still talking about this man in negative light. CJ, like you said, this man has not said a word. He has not even been in the social spotlight. Like, a lot of people just forgot about Kwame Brown until other people dig them up to, you know, kind of further whatever agenda it is that a Stephen A. Smith or whoever is trying to promote at that time. But I kind of feel Kwame because you know, I don't know if you watch First Take or even back when it was called, you know, whatever. I watch Stephen A. Smith and sometimes I'm like, well, brother, what side of the fence are you on?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the big words. Okay, so what you take? Rhetoric 3? Okay, cool. Whatever. We all had the classes. Whatever.
Right.
But it's like some of the things you say, man. It's like, hold on, Stephen A. Smith, man. Wait. There's some guys that'll come tap you on your shoulder and be like, "What you say?"
A lot of people share that same sentiment.
You know, and I don't think he really understands that his fame or his spotlight, because all of us have a platform. Hell, we're on a platform right now.
Right.
But for his platform to kind of, you know, make light of a situation where, I mean, hell, this man used to walk around with no shoes on. Like, I wouldn't take too kindly to that either. You know what I'm saying?
That's his gimmick. I think that's his gimmick. But
we've done the loudmouth, man. That don't move. Steve Harvey, like we did the loudmouth. That's dead to us. This is a new day, and these young bucks, they're not playing that, man.
He makes a living on stirring the pot. He makes a living on stirring the pot, talking loud, talking fast, using big words. He makes a living on that.
So why hasn't Kwame Brown been on First Take to give his side then?
Well, because he doesn't want to get his ass roasted.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't do blurred lines.
I hear you. Well, CJ, so you got anything coming up that we could be looking out for? Any more books anytime soon that we can look out for?
I'll probably be coming out with another book, hopefully the end of this year, maybe like around November, December. And then that's really kind of pretty much about it. Might be playing the Big Three next year. I'm not sure yet.
What team are you looking for?
That's dope.
Maybe, I'm not sure. Killer 3 is hopefully the same team. Hopefully, we can, get back to the championship and hopefully win it this year.
Absolutely. I know Q would love to have you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's pretty much about it. So just take it one day at a time, man. That's about it.
Man, that's beautiful. If you come to Chicago, man, hit us up so we can go. Hey, we love Ruth, Chris, and Gibson's, man, on us.
Okay. That's it. I'm gonna take you up on the offer too.
Hey, nope.
For sure, man. Definitely.
Count that.
All
Definitely. JB a baller. We all gonna eat off JB.
All right. I love to hear it.
Man. It was great to have you, CJ. Great to see you doing well. Good to hear that you're doing well. I hope you take good care of those beautiful daughters you got. Keep them safe. Keep them from little boys like I used to be. You might have used to be. JB, I know he used to be.
You forget Miss Sandra's watching.
But that's his mother. I just called him out in front of his mother. I'm sorry, Miss Sarah. He was a good guy.
She knocked and leave the house. Shoot, till I was like 15.
But yeah, CJ, this was great, man. We were glad to have you. Glad to see you doing well, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you for having me.
Definitely. I'm going to be in touch with you. Please. I'm going to be in touch with you after this.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to send you the link and all that, and we'll talk. Hey, and definitely when you come back to Chicago, steaks on JB.
Got you.
Okay. All right. Got you.
Brother.
Appreciate it.
My man, appreciate you, bro.
And now, y'all. Thank you, man. When we get these books, I want to order them soon because school is about to this school year ends in about 5 weeks, maybe no, like 4 weeks now. So I would love to get some books in going into the next school year.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got y'all. Yep, cjpens.com. I got y'all.
Got you.
My man.
Right. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. You too. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep, no doubt. Great conversation, man. Great conversation.
Class act, man. Love CJ Watson, man. And always, and see, the Bulls think they was slick. See, now that we really, really into it and we have this opportunity to talk, after CJ, you know, they tried to give us Nate, they tried to give us DJ Augustine. Like, they kept trying to give us that type of, hey, look here, man. And we may look like we was born last night, but we wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Thank God, God Foreman and the Pax is gone. Let's see what they can do. AK had a rough year. We reach out to him. AK, come on the show. We love to talk to you, even though you're not gonna tell us shit. Hell, you don't never tell us nothing on the TV anyway.
Hell no, he ain't gonna tell us shit.
Nah, but you know he dropped the ball a little bit, and I said the ball, BALL, name on the back of the jersey, ball.
Pun intended.
Major pun intended.
Hey, but DJ Augustine was all right. He wasn't necessarily CJ Watson, but he was all right.
He was good up, but they knew they messed up, so they tried to give us the next best thing that they could.
Right.
DJ, thing, man.
DJ is still in the league, ain't he?
I believe so.
How old is he? Like 50?
No. I would say DJ's like, because he came out of Texas, I want to say after his sophomore year, so he's like maybe 35, 36. If you know, he's not too long in the tooth.
I think he's about 35.
Yeah, he's not too long in the tooth. But moving forward, CJ enlightened us on a little something, man, with the run and gun. The run and gun. That is something that could benefit Zach, Kobe. I know, you know, Vooch just gonna have to adjust, man.
That's not the Eastern Conference way though. The run and gun.
It might have to be considering what you got going on.
Well,
if you have a Lamborghini, you do not drive it like a station wagon.
Correct. But that's just the Eastern Conference to me is more predicated on defense, even though a lot of people are not really playing that hard defense. But
so with the exception of maybe, not the exception of maybe, with the exception of Miami, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks, of course, because like we stated, if you don't play defense, you cannot play for Tibbs.
No.
What other top tier team is really like anchored in defensively? You can say maybe Milwaukee, but man, I done seen Milwaukee give up a lot of points, man.
Indiana.
When they're healthy, though. When they're healthy. There's a lot of I love Sabonis. I'm a Sabonis guy, right? But I noticed a difference when Miles Turner was out. But then when Miles Turner is in, Sabonis has to kind of like play that stretch four, but also play anchored in the middle of the five because all Miles Turner want to do is shoot threes.
Yeah.
6'11" center, man. Like, can you come grab a board, man? Like an offensive board.
Right.
I'm talking. Like
right.
So you know, but still, that notice the two philosophies that's changed, and they're actually playing against each other, which is ironic. Look at where the Knicks were, right?
Mm-hmm.
To their ascension now, and then look at what the Hawks did when Nate McMillan took over. Nate McMillan was a defensive guru over at the Supersonics, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and when he's coaching the like Nate get down and got that GP in you, man. You know what I'm saying? So that type of his persona is flowing through that team right now, which is why you see the defense of the Knicks and the Hawks got better. You saw the Hawks ascend from just outside the playoffs to the 5th seed.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just about scoring; they had to play defense. So I agree with you. You already know Doc Rivers plays defense.
Yes,
but you got that juggernaut in Brooklyn that can drop 130 on you in they sleep.
Brooklyn. Oh my God, they're a monster, man.
So let's not act like you know the games in the East is 95-92. That ain't necessarily the case.
Why was it even fair to put together Kyrie Irving, Blake Griffin, Kevin Durant, and who am I missing?
James Harden.
James Harden, and they have a 5th. He's injured. Who was that?
So it depends on what you consider your 5th. Because if you ask me, I think Joe Harris is not getting enough love. Joe Harris is a problem.
Joe Harris is good, but
Joe Harris led the league in 3-point percentage year before that. Joe Harris is a problem. Now you might be talking about LaMarcus Aldridge, but he retired.
That's what I'm talking about. He retired.
Yeah. He retired. So
yeah,
you know he had a stand, a cup of coffee, whatever. We wish him the best, of course. But I mean, these boys got something moving, man.
Man,
I just looked over my shoulder to try to see what the final score was. I was too engrossed in our conversation. But at one point they were up 30, so I'm pretty sure they won.
You know what? Well, actually, watching the Bulls sometimes being up 30 does not mean anything. But anyway, some people slept on Blake when he went to Detroit because Detroit went kicking up no dust. But Blake ain't no slouch, man. He getting a little older, but he still ain't no slouch.
So the thing about Blake in Detroit was not Lob City Blake, because Blake had suffered a couple of nagging injuries that kind of stopped him. I remember it was some crazy stat where it was like Blake Griffin hadn't dunked in 2 years or something like that, and the first time he dunked and since then was the first lob he got when he came to Brooklyn. But that high flying Blake Griffin, that's not who Detroit got. Detroit got a milder version of Blake Griffin, a not wannabe knockdown 3-point shooter, which actually fits pretty good with Brooklyn when you have a Kevin Durant or you have a Jeff Green. I felt that losing, I think what's his name? Jeffries. I think, I'm sorry, Jared Allen. I think that really had hurt them early on. But then when he got Claxton came in, the gear started to turn a little bit, and now you see the juggernaut that is. And I honestly feel like Brooklyn versus Milwaukee next round will probably be the best series of all this year's NBA playoffs, because once they get to the finals, whoever they're going to play, I don't care if they play the Lakers, the Clippers, the Mavericks, the Jazz. It's going to be a problem.
It's going to be one of those two teams, definitely.
But it's going to be a problem. I don't care how good Anthony Davis is right now. I don't care how healthy and whatever LeBron is. They have nothing for the Brooklyn Nets, man. Nothing.
Brooklyn is a monster. They're a monster right now. So
it's like having an NBA 2K1 team with all 99s. Like, it's not
cheat codes all over the place.
All over.
Everybody got a cheat code.
All over.
But man,
this is what basketball is now. This is what it is.
That's true. This is where we are right now. Thanks to COVID, thanks to everybody trying to get a power team, everybody trying to get their buddies, as CJ said, trying to get their buddies on the team. LeBron started all that shit.
He does. And let's be clear to our fans out there. We're not naive in saying that there were never any super teams. That's not what we're saying.
No.
A lot of super teams back in the day were either put together through the draft or they were put together by general managers of which the player portion did not have the control.
Right.
Very seldom could you say, as a player, well, I don't want to be here no more. They'll be like, holler at me in 2 more years when your contract is up. Then we'll decide if you want to be here or not. So I get the whole player empowerment thing. I get that. But there is something to say about competition. I don't want to join the best of the best of the best of the best of the best.
You want to beat the best.
I want to beat the best because then at the end of the day, now my legacy will be embellished by those who love me, but I'll have chinks in my armors from those that doubted me. Like, yeah, but like, man, I got all these championships. Okay, but you had like the best center, the best power forward, the best six man. Like, some of that plays into like, what did you do when it was just you or just you and one other person? You came up a little short. And to me, that also has to go into defining a legacy. How much did you do on your own?
And I'm glad you said that because now I got to go back to my favorite basketball player, Michael Jordan. He never wanted to play with Larry Bird or Magic. He didn't want to do that. He wanted to beat the best. He had Scottie Pippen. Yeah, the other Bulls were good too. John Paxson and Steve Kerr when he played with Steve Kerr. Yeah, they were great. But all he had was Scottie Pippen and then Dennis Rodman. But he wanted to beat the best. He didn't want to try to get the best on his team. He wanted to beat the best.
Absolutely.
And we're missing that today. We're missing.
I have to give a little shout out to Derrick Rose too, then, because remember there was a couple of knocks in Chicago, like why isn't Derrick recruiting some of the top free agents or other players?
Yeah, I remember that.
And Derrick's like, man, my job is to play. Management, that's their job to bring personnel in. I don't have to go beg anybody to come play with me. They want to come, they'll come. And I kind of feel them.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays it's all about the secret conversations you have, you know, when you're in the Hamptons and stuff. The secret text messages that we all know as of today is considered tampering, but you can't tell me who I can personally call if this is my friend and I'm like, hey, yo, Steph, what's cracking, baby? Come on and play with us.
Right.
You can't tell me not to talk to my friend. But again, I digress because we'll be here all night with that.
Well, let's switch gears again.
Okay.
The Chi. Do you watch The Chi?
So I am not an avid viewer of The Chi.
Okay.
But I have caught a couple of episodes and as most recently, this last episode I watched a little bit of because a former guest of ours, Rolando Boyce, is on there.
Yes. And Rolando was hilarious, had the best line in the whole show.
Yeah, he was shown a lot the last episode, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was. So the premiere was Sunday. That's what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And it was it came out guns blazing. Like that intro, I don't know if you saw that intro, but the intro was ridiculous. And it basically was kind of summing up, I think, in my interpretation, it was summing up what's to come for this season. But then it went back a month before.
Okay. So set the stage.
Yeah, it set the stage. Then it said a month earlier.
Oh, okay.
And it started out with Kevin, who is one of the main characters. He's he's a teenage boy trying to find himself and in the inner city of Chicago. But you know what? We got somebody that's coming on now, and she can probably better explain it than I can. So
wait a minute.
What's that?
I have a question.
Sure.
Are we revealing certain things of the show? First of all, before I even do that, shout out to Lena Waithe because she
definitely shout out to Lena Waithe.
I love her. She got to get on that are all hot. They all hot.
I want to get her on the pod, man. I swear I want to get Lena on the pod. Lena, if you're watching or listening, or if somebody is friends with Lena, please let her know that some brothers in Chicago would love to have her on the podcast.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I got somebody who can probably better explain it better than me. Erica Lambert. She's gonna come in here and she is going to explain the shot. What's up, Erica?
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey, John.
How are you? How's everybody?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome.
Looking awfully nice, smiling and shining.
Yeah.
So, Erica, I know you watched the premiere, right? You watched like every episode and all the seasons, right?
Yes.
So you pretty much know everything that's going on.
Pretty much.
So why don't you sum up real quick seasons 1 through 3?
All of them?
You can't make like a quick little summary, a quick little 5-minute summary of all of them?
Okay, so it starts out, teenage boy gets shot, younger boy finds him dead, takes some things from him. The boy's quote unquote father sees the little boy with some of his items and thinks that he killed him. So then he kills the little boy. The little boy's older brother and mother trying to figure out who did it.
And who was those characters? Who was the? You said a little boy found a little boy dead. Who was that little boy?
You want to know names?
Yeah, can we please? Can we please?
Okay, the little boy is Snoopy.
I know the little boy that got shot is Coogie.
No.
The boy that got shot is Coogie. That's Coogie, and then that was Brandon's brother.
Right, but that's not who got shot first. I'm talking about first the boy.
Oh, Jason, the basketball player.
Kubi took the teenage boy's stuff after he found him dead.
Right.
Then Ronnie, the one with all the issues, sort of the teenage boy's father, but not really. He just is in love with his mother. So he's the one that shoots Kubi because he thinks that Kubi shot his so-called son.
Okay.
Kevin sees Ronnie shoot Kubi. Okay. So in the meantime, you got Kevin's sister who's screwing Emmett, who's screwing everybody.
Wow. Kevin's sister was so Keisha.
Yeah, in the beginning of the movie, he was jumping out of her window and she was throwing him down his clothes.
Okay.
Right.
And now they just cool.
And she's friends with the baby mama, which I don't get. Who is his wife now?
Well, that kind of shit happens sometimes, right? That kind of shit happens sometimes. You're having relations with this one chick, and then you stop having relations with her, and now you with somebody else, but they become cool. That happens, right?
Okay, I guess. I mean, Emmett in that because he's in that predicament again with Lala.
Oh yeah, he is. So in the 4th season, he's in that same predicament with Lala.
Yeah. Emmett can't keep it in his pants.
So how?
Go ahead.
You go ahead, Erica. I'm sorry. This is your floor.
So I think that was the bulk of season 1, right? Because Kubi's brother didn't get the food truck till later. He was a caterer staying with his girl. And
that would be Easy E, right?
Yeah. Easy E.
So yeah, that pretty much sums up season 1, and then going into season 2. He has the food truck.
He's got the food truck. It's going pretty good. Then
when does the 63rd Street mob come into place?
You talking about
Duda's people. His people.
Duda's people. Okay.
Before Duda comes on the scene.
Somebody, who was that came back to the neighborhood to stake them out? They were in the apartment next door.
So he had that old man come. He had that old man. I forgot his name. Come check them out, and they were staying next door. So he bought that building. Remember?
Yeah.
He bought that building, kind of see what they had going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the brother of Kevin's friend, the one with the locks.
Jake,
right.
Jake.
Right. See, you're good with the names. I'm not good with the names.
Jake, State Farm.
Jake is the one with the
locks.
With the locks.
Right.
Now, Jake, we got some things to say about Jake come season 4. But let's stick to season 2 for now.
Okay, season 2. So what went down in season 2? Okay. So Ronnie's living with his grandma. He's trying to date Emmett's mom. They're supposed to go on a date, but by this time Ronnie's a drunk. And the guilt of killing the little boy is wearing on him. Kevin ends up telling Eazy-E.
So that's what we're gonna call him Eazy-E. We're gonna call him Eazy-E. Thanks, JB.
Do you remember his name? Because he's the one that can't keep it in his pants in real life. And that's why the show veered off to the right like it did.
Brandon.
Right.
So I gotta have a quick pause because I want to interject the sports field real quick. My man Bullets just said I loved Lala in Power. Would this be Lala Carmelo Anthony's wife?
Yeah.
The same Lala did when Carmelo had a chance to come to the Bulls. She said no because I can't get no work in Chicago. That Lala?
That same Lala.
Okay, I digress. I think you know where I'm going with that, T.
But the shot was nowhere near into fruition when Carmelo Anthony was gonna come to Chicago.
And look where she's at.
And look where she's at now. First, she was in Power. I thought she was terrible in Power, but Bullets loved her. Bullets said, "I loved Lala in Power." I thought she was terrible in Power. Well, not terrible. I won't say terrible, but
I just need Bullets to get on the show, man. He playing games.
We gonna get Bullets. I got his info. We gonna get Bullets. So go ahead, Erica.
Okay, right. So, but I don't remember if he told him it was Ronnie or not. Did he?
If who was Ronnie?
If Kevin told Brandon that Ronnie shot Kobe.
Kevin did tell Brandon.
He told Brandon Ronnie shot Kobe.
Kevin did tell Brandon it was Ronnie.
Right.
And remember, Brandon confronted Ronnie. Brandon confronted him, but said he didn't want. He got a gun and all of that, but decided he wasn't gonna kill him.
Because his mother's boyfriend. He
talked him out of it. He took it.
Yeah, he took the gun. Talked him out of it.
But yeah, Brandon decided he wasn't gonna do it, and then. To make a long story short, Brandon got killed off the show.
Well, we know why, don't we?
So wait a minute. The taco truck man got killed off the show?
The taco truck man got killed off the show.
Taco truck man got killed off of TV and movies, period. Because he kept assaulting women on the set.
Oh.
Allegedly. When your agent drops you, it wasn't just the show.
This has happened so many times that his agent dropped him. So I'm inclined to believe it. If his agent hadn't have dropped him, I would have been like, nobody knows. But your own people are like, dude, we can't keep doing this for you. So they had to write him out of the show, which is messed up because then they had to kind of flip everything because the show for that point had been centered around him. So now he had to go. So it was late one night. Somebody robbed him, right, at the taco truck.
I thought he got his taco truck stolen.
At the food truck. It did get stolen, but then he got it back. But then they robbed him, right? Isn't that how he died? They shot him.
So wait a minute. He got punked, got his taco truck stolen, got it back, then got murked?
Yeah.
Well, how I remember,
when he got it back with Emmett. Him and Emmett started working together.
Yep. And how I remember it was how I remember season 3 coming in, Brandon was in a coffin. And we were like, oh, okay. Because, I mean, it didn't happen in season 2. And then the incident in real life happened after, it happened like right before the end of season 2. But it had already been written. It already been filmed and all of that. But the incident happened at that time. So in season 3, he was just in the coffin. You know, and supposedly Duda killed him, but we don't know that. We don't know who killed Duda.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we didn't know. We don't know that. We don't know that. People think that Duda killed him, but we don't know that. And we also
Why would Duda kill him?
Huh?
Why would Duda kill him?
Well, Duda would kill him because Brandon did not want to follow his rules. Remember, Duda wanted Brandon to work for him.
Oh yeah.
And Brandon was like, "Nah, I'm my own boss." So
yeah, I remember that.
So Duda was like, "All right, then, motherfucker."
Okay.
And if you remember, also Jake's brother, which was Barton Fitzpatrick, he got burnt. He got murked. And
because he wouldn't be with the transvestite.
What?
He was supposed to be okay.
Are we still talking about the same show?
Yeah, but we're talking about the show versus reality. So on the show, Jake had an older brother that was with the gang, right? He was supposed to be the one that falls in love with the transvestite. But in real life, he refused. So they put him off the show. And that's when they brought Johnny Gill to come.
So Johnny Gill on the show now?
No, not Johnny. The dude that played Johnny Gill. The dude that played Johnny Gill. The dude that played Johnny Gill on the new edition.
In the new edition.
Yeah. No, not the real Johnny Gill.
So they brought him on as, this is another brother that's coming to look after Jake since they don't have parents. And his partner is a transvestite.
In real life?
No, on the show.
Okay.
A transvestite or a transgender?
I'm sorry, I was born in the 80s. The word is transvestite.
Well,
I don't want to offend anyone. I'm sorry, transgender. I'm sorry, transgender.
Transgender, okay.
I'm sorry. Okay. So, you know one thing, though, and maybe you can give insight to this. I never found out or understood who came and beat up Ronnie's grandmother and why.
Somebody beat up somebody's grandmama?
They knocked on the door. She answered, and they just, they beat her bad.
Wait a minute. So you telling me somebody beat Big Mama?
Ass.
Somebody beat Big Mama. But Big Mama was not a loving Big Mama. Big Mama was more like.
Okay. Was this a Big Mama like what we grew up with, or was this a Big Mama that's like 45?
No, she old.
No, she old.
because Ronnie's 50.
She was mean. She was stern.
She was mean. She would tell him he wasn't shit and all that.
But she was loving. She was loving towards him. Like later. Remember when she was like, "Oh, my Ronnie, my Ronnie, my Ronnie." When
she was out of her mind.
Huh?
Ronnie is Luke James.
She was about to die.
No, Ronnie's not Luke James. Ronnie is I can't even say his name. In Tare something. He has an African name. Luke James is the dude.
Johnny Gill. Keep going.
Yeah. JB is so hilarious, man.
I'm just trying to catch up because I have absolutely keep going.
Well, okay. let me say this. I am so into this show because I am on it.
That's what I was trying to get you to say.
On occasion. Oh, that's what you were trying to get me to say.
When are you on it?
I'm on it on occasion.
When?
And I have only been an extra until the other day.
Why didn't you say something so I could look for you?
Well, because I got like one episode that you really see me in season 3, episode 5. But just the other day, I was kind of told that I won't just be an extra anymore. Maybe. So,
right. So about us little people.
Okay, all right. I'm still a little person too. So, anyway, okay. Enough about me. Let's continue with the show.
So we're in 3 now, right?
We're in 3.
What do we?
Oh, yeah. Brandon started talking to the cops, and Duda knew about that too.
Oh, so maybe that's why he disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to CO San 30 for saying that. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, where did I stop at?
Just start at the beginning of season 3. So he was in the coffin, and
right, Mama crying, talking
about with Brandon, and then she moved.
They whooped somebody's big mama, and I lost all respect for whoever did that.
Yeah,
you don't whoop nobody, big mama.
So Brandon died. Mama moved to Memphis.
Right. Okay. So now,
the focus is on Keisha. Jake. I always want to call him Jacob Lattimore. Bennett. So it's on Keisha.
Emmett.
Emmett.
And his name is Jacob Lattimore.
Yeah, I know, but not on the show.
Right, not on the show. Okay. Right. So Emmett, to make extra money, because he's trying to get get an apartment with baby mama. To make extra money, he starts selling food with Lala out of the place where he was working at.
So where the fuck did Lala come from?
The barbecue shop. I want to say he just met her somewhere trying to holler, and then they got to talking, and he was like, well, I'm trying to do this or whatever. Come cook for me or whatever. So they were doing that, but it was turning into like a party at night. So the owner caught wind of it. Told him.
That's the episode I was on, by the way.
Oh, that is?
Yeah.
Okay. You was at the party eating the barbecue?
No, I was in the blackout scene with the kids.
Okay. So, right, Kevin finally got him some ass from the prep school girl. That's just a little tidbit, they growing up. And Fat Boy got with the fat chick. I don't know.
That boy got with the.
I don't know if he's
getting. They're kids.
He got a fat friend. And he got with the fat chick. Maisha is her name.
Maisha and Papa.
Papa, yeah, Papa is the fat boy. And right, so that's that. Jake acts like he's too cool for love.
You're hilarious, Erica. I just wanted to say you are funny as hell. You're like the Black Daria. Y'all remember Daria?
Oh Lord.
She just like had no energy. She was like, yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah. That's Erica. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so right. So Emmett and Lala start making the food, but they get caught. But didn't Emmett like kick it to him and so no, but then then he died and he left the restaurant to Emmett, right?
No.
Well, how did Emmett get the restaurant?
No. So what happened was Emmett wanted to buy the restaurant and save Sonny from having to pay rent because he was way behind the rent. So that's when Lil Rel was in the show as the owner of the building. So Lala and Emmett went to Lil Rel and they made a proposal to try to buy the building and save Sonny from the rent. And we never heard no more from Sonny. So evidently they got the building, and then he changed the name of it to Smokies.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Take it from there.
So, okay. So Emmett got that going. He's making some money. So he's able to get this apartment with his girl. Meantime, Kevin's sister disappears. She was dating a track coach and she was being all fast and doing stuff with dudes. Well, it was eluded that she was doing stuff with dudes. She's on the bus stop one night and then she disappears. So she gets kidnapped. So they show her, from time to time where she's at and what her kidnapper is doing to her and all of that stuff. He's assaulting her in various ways. So, the family's looking for her. Everybody's looking for her. Ronnie takes it upon himself that this is his life mission is to find this girl. Mind you, this is absolutely none of his business. He keeps on talking to her mother and her mother's girlfriend or her mother's wife about this. And they're like, mind your business, leave us alone. Until one day he's snooping around, and he finally didn't he see her in there where she was at? Because she almost got out.
Wait, now, what now?
Ronnie kept on bugging her parents.
Oh, yeah.
Leave them alone because it wasn't any of his business, which it wasn't. Ronnie, get a fucking life. But anyway, now this is his whole faith. Like, he's telling everybody, I'm going to save the girl. I'm going to save the girl.
Well,
he talks.
He thought that would kind of be like retribution, kind of.
Yeah, make him not a loser anymore.
Well, make him feel better about killing the young boy. But we did
make him more than a useless slug.
we did skip the mayor race. CO saying
the who?
CO saying 30 said the mayor race between Lena Waithe, who was kind of like a parallel to Lori Lightfoot. She ran against Duda. Yeah, but the winner was basically it was Duda. Duda won the mayor election, so he's now the mayor. But continue with the kidnapping.
I thought that it was one day that she almost got out. And she was like crawling and had opened the door, but then dude snatched her back. And Ronnie saw that. And that's how Ronnie knew where she was at. Isn't that how they found her?
Well.
And then Ronnie, and then they took it to the police.
I don't quite remember how Ronnie found her, but I do know that Ronnie went to one of the neighbors' crib, the black guy, and the black guy was kind of acting funny. So Ronnie had a hunch that maybe she was in there, and she was.
Mm-hmm.
but maybe I'm missing something. I don't quite remember. I guess maybe I need to go. Maybe I need to go watch it again. But I do remember him going to the man's house, and the man was acting funny. He lied and said his wife, and then Ronnie asked the other one. He said something about his wife, and the neighbor said, "He don't have no wife. He ain't married." So at that point, Ronnie was like, "Okay, maybe see in there," because he bullshit. All right, go ahead.
Right. So, you know, Ronnie saves the day, right? So, you know, they get her back. Of course, she's all messed up. You know,
she's traumatized. Yeah.
She's traumatized. He was raping her and everything else. Which I'm glad they did that in that season, because you all are aware that there is a serial killer that is targeting Black women in Chicago that nobody's talking about. I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but
no,
it is. There's a serial killer that is only targeting Black women. Nobody knows about it because they're Black women. Yeah, but
do you worry about that?
Ask any police officer you know; they'll tell you.
I mean, you're a Black woman. Do you worry about that?
No. I mean, of course, but I don't do a lot of things that would put me in that. You know, I don't walk at night. I'm not on the bus. I'm not.
Is this solely on the South Side, or?
No. I believe this is all over, because there have been instances on the West Side. I haven't really heard much about the East Side, but I mean, okay. So, what the percentage of Black women disappearing that you see on the news is way less than what's really happening. Like, I know you all heard about the mail lady that was missing and stuff like that, but it's so much more. Like, it's a serial killer that they have not caught. It's been going on for a while. But that's why I'm glad that they focused on that, because that is going on in Chicago right now.
We're good. Maybe Lena knew about that too. That's why she wrote in the show.
Right. But I say that because a lot of people, when that was happening, they felt like it was a side story that didn't need to happen. And I was like, oh no, it does too need to happen, because it's a side story that is very true. And it's going on right now. So, right. So, you know, that's all fine. Then they find out that she's pregnant by the dude. So now she has to try to figure out what she's gonna do. It'll ruin her track scholarship and all of that stuff. And then it's like, it's a rapist baby. So she's got to try to figure that out. In the meantime, it was a party at the Smokies, right? The end of season 3, right? And then so Ronnie's on top of the world. He asks the lady to go out again, the lady who he loves, the one whose son got murdered in the beginning. And so she agrees. They go to that little party or whatever, and he's sitting on top of the world. They're walking down the alley, and then lo and behold, somebody comes up and is like, "This is for Cootie." Bam, shoots him in the back of the head.
Wow. Oh, wow. And that was the end of it?
Wasn't that the end of season 3?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
How do you not know?
I need to go back and look at it. They
recapped it right before the premiere.
They did?
They showed it. Yeah.
I didn't catch that. But
yeah.
Wow.
Shot Ronnie in the back of the head.
What an ending. Wow. So no more Ronnie. Ronnie's off the show now.
Ronnie's gone.
Ronnie's off the show. Okay, so I guess now we're on to the premiere that happened the other day. That was dope as hell.
But maybe you shouldn't talk about that. Maybe you should let our viewers watch it, because you all just gave me a crash course of The Chi in like limited fashion. And I don't know if I was listening to a show about Chicago, if I was listening to The Awakenings. Like,
Well, the Awakenings was Chicago.
Yeah, but the Awakenings wasn't that exciting. The shot's supposed to be a little more exciting. So let's keep season 4 because I want to go see it. So shush.
We can talk. Oh, you want to go see the premiere?
I have to now because y'all done just ruined season 1 through 3 for me. Shoot.
Well, you know what? If
Easy dead.
Anybody that did watch season 1,
what the hell going on?
anyone that did watch season 1 through 3 already, we spoiled it. So what?
But no, come on.
I'm just saying, don't spoil episode 1 of season 4 for me. Let me go check it out. In totality.
We're going to
from mute then.
I'm on the show.
What is that what we really came to talk about? Was the premiere?
Yes, we're talking about the premiere of season 4.
But don't spoil too much.
And JB hasn't seen it, so we're just gonna sum it. We're just gonna sum it up real quick. We're not gonna spoil it. We're just gonna sum it up. But next week we gonna spoil it. So I hope you watch it after this. So go ahead, Erica.
Me again? Okay.
Yes.
So season 4. Dang, how did it open? I forgot.
It opened up with Otis Redding. And basically, we don't know if it was a dream that Kevin was having or if it was just something that happened later. Because
Jake that to be a premonition.
Because actually, I was on the set when this happened. They were at the Hilton. The Hilton when Kevin was in the back and saw Jake kissing Gemma. That we don't know if that was a dream.
I missed that.
You missed that? Maybe you need to go watch it again. Jake was in the back of the Hilton before you go into the ballroom. Jake was on the stairwell with Gemma, and they were kissing. And Kevin ran away like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And then they showed Keisha actually having a baby the natural way in water. And they also showed Emmett in the bathroom locked up and someone was banging on the door. I'm going to assume, nope, for JB's sake, I'm not going to assume anything because I will let JB just binge watch the whole thing. But yeah, so Emmett was in the bathroom. Someone was banging on the door. Kevin was running away mad because he saw Jake kissing Jim. But the biggest thing in that whole little intro is we saw Duda got shot.
That's all I remember from the intro.
Duda got shot. Now, so that makes you wonder, is that a dream or does that really happen? So then they go 1 month back and then the show starts taking away Erica.
Okay, when I said how did it open, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the acting. So yeah, I still don't know.
Oh, so
the first scene.
Okay, so the first scene it opened up with Kevin was in the bed with Jim. He snuck in there.
Right. He jumps out the window.
Bed with Jim. He jumped out the window. Daddy had a surveillance camera. Kevin ain't know nothing about that. Daddy had a surveillance camera, and he was like, "Oh, this little Negro think he's slick."
Right. And then he goes to the door like he's there to pick her up to school.
He put his clothes on like it was after school. Came to the door, and Dad was like, "Little nigga, hello, Kevin, come in, little motherfucker." Yeah. So, do you remember after that, or do you want me to go on?
I don't want neither one of you to go on because you're telling too much story now.
Man, you need to stop watching this shit, JB.
You said no spoilers. You was just gonna round it off, man.
All right, no spoil. Well, that doesn't.
You just gave me a big spoiler.
That doesn't really.
No, we didn't give you a spoiler about part 4 at all.
Last time I saw somebody jumping out the window, that was on Boys in the Hood. Think about it.
Well.
Okay. So
this ain't no spoiler. Nobody got shot or nothing like that. It was just to inject a little humor to the show. At least in my opinion, that's what I think. But for JB's sake, we're not gonna say much more about it. But it was really good. They showed a young black man getting beat up by police, which is actually a very serious issue, especially
anniversary of George Floyd was today
in Chicago. Yeah. But especially in Chicago, that's a serious issue.
Yes.
And Lena hit the nail on the head with that. So that is shown. Also, what's shown is Keisha was, well, this ain't really a spoiler. Keisha was looking for a home for her child
for the baby,
because she's not going to keep it, and that's when your girl comes into play. She's in the Chi now. The vegan lady, I forgot her name.
Tabitha Brown.
Yeah, Tabitha Brown. So she's a parent, and she wants a child really badly. So badly that she asked her husband, who she's getting a divorce with, if he would come play Happy Little Family with her so they can get this baby. Right. And Keisha's like, nah, because y'all ain't good. I want my child
buying it.
Right. I want my child to grow up in a 2-parent home. And yeah, I ain't buying this shit. Nah.
Right. She was like, I sense tension.
Right.
Y'all not good.
So then Tabitha goes to her house, goes to Keisha's house with a peace offering of Garrett's popcorn.
How cliche.
And of course, she was trying to butter her up because she really wants this baby. But Keisha was still like, yeah, nah, I can't do it. I'm not fucking with y'all like that. So I think that was another issue that Lena wanted to touch on. These young girls having babies and then they can't take care of them, so they have to find a home for them.
She didn't have that baby on purpose, though.
No, she didn't have that baby on purpose.
Yeah,
but
it's not quite the same narrative.
I shouldn't say these young girls having babies, but she made a choice to have the child, but now she has to find a place. She has to find a home for it. But no, it wasn't her fault that she was having a child.
Right.
So I mean, that's another issue, JB. You got to see it, man. I don't want to spoil it for you. I do feel like if we keep on talking about season 4, we might spoil it. So
I mean, it's only one episode in the season 4.
We haven't told them any of the juicy stuff. We telling them the stuff that doesn't really matter. Like it was something else I was gonna say that doesn't really matter. Oh, so even though Emmett used to bang Lala, now Lala goes with Emmett's dad.
Which we had him on the show, Rolando Boyce. So Emmett was he banged Lala one time.
Yeah.
So Lala told the father, because they're dating now, she told him, look, I fucked Emmett.
Right.
And he had the best line in the whole premiere. He said, well, it was bound to happen. Dick ain't got no rear view mirror. That killed me. That was the line of the whole show. That was funny as hell. But shit, he don't give a fuck. So what? Emmett fucked her.
But Emmett be sweating bullets because they be double dating.
And that's exactly what Tiffany said. I mean, Tiffany is Emmett's wife. That's his wife now.
And now her and Lala cool.
So every time that Lala and Tiffany are talking, it would be like, "What y'all talking about?" because he doesn't want Lala to tell Tiffany.
And you know, it sucks to be the village idiot. She all in Lala face, ha ha he he, and she done fucked her man. She all in Keisha face, ha ha he he. Ooh, girl, put this on when you go meet the people. And she used to fuck Emmett. It's like, oh, Emmett is horrible.
And the funny part in the show was Lala started making these brownies. She started making weed brownies because Tiffany got her to make weed brownies. I'm not giving up anything juicy. I'm just giving you some little tidbits right now.
Right. The little extra fillers.
Right. So Lala started making. All right, well keep them there. But Lala started making these weed brownies, and they went over. She and Rolando, which is Darnell, they went over to Tiffany's house. Darnell's character is so funny. That nigga brought over a VHS. A VHS, dog. That's
so
how cheap. Cool. That's how cheap he is. He brought a VHS to their movie night. So anyway, they eat these brownies, and Rolando, Darnell, and Emmett, they were knocked out. They knocked out. But Emmett was sweating bullets. Yet, thank you, CL. She's like a super fan. She knows everything. But yeah, Emmett was sweating bullets because they were watching Soul Food. And it just so happened the part of Soul Food when Vanessa Williams said, "You know what? I brought the family in my house and the family fucked my husband." Yeah, she fucked my husband and went after him with a knife. You remember that in Soul Food? So it's kind of drawing a parallel.
Right. And old girl was spitting that part too.
Yeah, she was. She knew all of them.
She was like, I'm hurt. She was like, you know what? Fuck the family. I let the family. And the family fucked my husband.
So you already know when Tiffany finds out, it's gonna be a problem.
That's who was banging on the door.
Now, see, you said that. I did. That's an opinion. That's an opinion, JB. That ain't no fact.
Who else got beef with Emmett?
I don't know. I don't know. But we ain't gonna go into that. That might be a spoiler. But anyway, so
Emmett's mama got a man too.
Who?
Emmett's mama.
Oh yeah, she got a man. But we ain't gonna tell you who that man is.
Braids.
We ain't gonna tell you who that man is because that would be a spoiler.
Let's table the rest of that conversation for another time.
Okay, yeah. So Erica, you gonna come back next week?
Sure.
Okay. You gonna come back next week and watch the episode. Watch the episode from beginning to end.
All I missed was that little intro, but I caught because I didn't really know what was going on, and I wasn't digesting it until I saw Duda get shot, and then I was like, "What?"
Gotcha.
See, Duda getting shot is a spoiler.
No, it's not.
For people that's never seen it, it's a spoiler.
They show you that in the
not a spoiler.
Hey,
he's not.
I got
he's
three.
In the whole episode, he's not really shot.
I got 3 people that just told me to tell y'all stop telling the show because they ain't seen it yet.
Yo,
our viewer.
You ain't got no 30 people that said that.
You want to bet?
Tell them to log off.
Speaking of log off, man, we gonna see you next week, Erica, right? Yeah. So you can talk about the show again.
Sure.
All right, cool. Appreciate it, Erica. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye. All right, man. that was funny. That was funny. But yeah, so let me say this right now.
Bullet said, make it 4. I told you.
So let me say this right now. Every episode of the CCP, Chicago Clubhouse podcast, we are going to talk about the previous episode of The Shot. So if you have not watched it, do not watch the CCP. Do not.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, I'm saying that right now because we
want everybody to watch CCP.
Okay, well then they gonna hear a spoiler there because that's what it's gonna be.
Maybe we'll talk about it special on Wednesdays.
Okay, yeah, that's something to think about. But anyway, so let's move on to the next set of business. These White Sox tickets. So I haven't fully decided how I'm going to distribute these tickets, but I do know that we are going to distribute them to YouTube users or YouTube subscribers rather. Because as we make this transition from Facebook to YouTube, we want the people that have been faithful to the CCP, we want those people to move to YouTube, and we want to kind of say thank you to you guys. But we're looking for you to help us transfer or actually bring new viewers to our YouTube page. Because we have a lot of great shows coming up. Bears preseason is about to come up, and I'm a big Bears fan. The Bulls and everything, that's nice. But when it comes to the Bears, and I always have my dudes on here. I have my dudes. All the dudes they used to, that played on the Bears, all those savages, I like to have them on the podcast. So we're going to have some good podcasts lined up. But we're making the transition to YouTube. So we got to get YouTube subscribers. And we're going to reward those people that bring us more subscribers with these tickets. And this is
how we do that, T. What do we do? Hit the link and then click subscribe, right? It's so simple.
It's so simple. So simple. All you got to do is just click subscribe. Go to the page on YouTube, click subscribe. That's it. Easy. But I have not decided how I'm going to distribute them. So I've decided who I'm going to distribute it to. I just haven't decided how. But so it's certainly going to be YouTube users. And I do want to say thank you all for making the transition. I see some people did make the transition so far to YouTube, and we really appreciate it. And we want to keep this train going, right, JB?
Absolutely. Every time we share who our guest is on Facebook, the link to YouTube, go right to it. Go right to Chicago Clubhouse Podcast YouTube. When we're live, click it, hit that subscription button for us, hit that subscribe button. The better we all do, the farther we go. We can't do it without y'all.
Right. And eventually Facebook is going to be totally phased out. So it's going to be strictly YouTube in August. Starting in August, it's going to be strictly YouTube. So we definitely want everybody to transfer to YouTube. Before we get off, though, let's do our shout outs.
Shout outs. First and foremost, shout out to CJ Watson. What an insightful guest, man. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Real to the bone. Love what he's doing as far as the children's books, because in our Black and brown communities, as you all know, reading is a challenge. As fundamental as reading may seem, it is a challenge. And to have books provided by an NBA athlete that shows our Black and brown people there is another way, I have to honor and salute that man. And we thank CJ for coming on. And I will be buying all 3 of his books for my school. Absolutely. Definitely. Second shout out, obviously, goes to Miss Sandra. Moms, thanks for Thanks, Mom Dukes. Thanks for holding us down. For the record, Terrence, my mother does not watch The Chi, but if she did, now she won't. But that's another story. So thanks, Mom Dukes. Shout out to SB, always watching, always supporting. You know what I'm saying? I thought did I see Curtis Clay jump in?
You did.
Okay, so a couple of our fam jumped in. So glad to shout out. And again, shout out to everybody that just took a chance on just clicking the live to see what we had going on. Everybody from current to ex-NFL, NBA, MLB, any type of major professional sports athlete, to those in the media that have checked us out and hit us on the side, to our everyday friends and family. Again, shout out to each and every one of you. I can't name you all because we'd be here a long time, but that's a good thing. And I thank you and love y'all. Appreciate it.
All right, so I am going to bring up the end, and I definitely want to shout out CJ. Awesome guest, awesome insight, awesome career. And I'm glad he was here to talk about it. Definitely made us feel better that he didn't want to leave.
Oh, absolutely.
It was that Bulls regime, but
damn Gar Foreman and Pax.
Woo, they were the worst. They were the worst. I'm so glad that they gone. But
they gone.
We still got to right this ship. We still got to right this ship. I'll never be the Bulls fan that I was, though. I'll never be the Bulls fan that I was. But anyway, that's another story. But shout out to CJ. Shout out to all the people in the chat. CEO saying you're the biggest Chi fan that I've seen. Appreciate you. Bullets, of course. Curtis Clay, I saw you, brother. Appreciate you. And everybody else who did not say anything, we appreciate y'all too. Like JB was saying, if it wasn't for y'all, it wouldn't be no CCP. So we appreciate it. And also, I want to add that we are going to start talking about the Chi every show. But JB said maybe we'll do it on Wednesdays. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned. We'll let you know exactly what we're gonna do. But since the Chi is like one of the hottest shows right now, we're definitely gonna talk about it. And then, like I said earlier, sometimes I'm in it, so that makes me really want to talk about it. So,
well, you let us know when you are in it, so we can watch it and not be blindsided when you talk about it.
Yes, I will. Shout out to Miss Sandra. Hey, Miss Sandra, shout out to you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you watching. I wish I got the same family support, but
she said thank you.
I don't get the same family support, so oh well, whatever. My dad sometimes watches. Sometimes my mother will never watch. My mother will never watch. Before we sign off, though, I want to mention the party bus. Yeah, we mask up. We're not filling it to capacity either. But party bus. It's on Friday. So we start out at Tilly's. Tilly's is 1455 Ring Road in Calumet City. We start there. We're going to have a reserved section. Everybody get there. You might want to eat or whatever because there's going to be a lot of drinking going on.
What time, T? What time? It starts at what time?
The bus is going to pull off at 7 p.m. So it would be cool to get there like maybe around 5:30, 6 o'clock after work or whatever. Get something to eat. Get something in your stomach. And then the bus pulls off at 7. You got to show a wristband and your receipt. Costs $45 to get on the bus, drink till you drop. So you get on the bus, you're drinking, and also you're going to get 2 t-shirts. The Shits Podcast, who we've kind of partnered with, you get a t-shirt from them, but you also get a CCP t-shirt. I'm not wearing mine right now, but hopefully you've seen it before. If you haven't, then I'll be wearing it next week. But you get one of those, and you also get a CCP mask. All right, because we do mask up.
Safety first.
Right, safety first. So all of that for $45. And not to mention you drink, while you on the bus, you drink for free. But we stop at this place called Dinner and a Movie. It's on 2500 North Ashland. We stop there. Soon as you walk in the door, shots. You get a free shot. Soon as you walk in the door. So all of this for $45? Come on, man. You get 2 shirts, a mask, a shot. You in the VIP section at Tilly's. Come on. Okay. So anyway, after we spend a little time over at Dinner and a Movie, the bus goes back to Tilly's. And you go back in your VIP section until close. So that is the party bus. And if you want to get on, or if you're interested, then we need to know ASAP so we can order your shirt. We can order the exact size. And if you're a lady, we can order the cut. So hopefully you will hit me up.
And that's this Friday.
No, that is this Friday.
This Friday.
This Friday. Not next Friday. Not the previous Friday. This Friday. This Friday, May 28th. All right. Get to Tilly's around 5:30, 6 o'clock. Get something in your stomach. Bus pulls off 7 p.m. and we rolling. But yeah, so if you're interested, just hit me up. Let me know. I will send you a Cash App, my Cash App. You send the money to me. I send you a receipt. That receipt you show before you board the bus. You get a wristband so they know that you're with us. Free shot, VIP section. You can't beat that. All right, so that's the party bus.
Sounds like a party.
Man, party on the bus, babies. Man, it's gonna be a blast. The weather may not be like it was today or in previous days, but still gonna be a party. But yeah, man. So next week, next Tuesday, Trey the Chocolate Jock. Trey the Chocolate Jock. I don't know if y'all remember Trey the Chocolate Jock. He started out on Power 92, I believe. Then he went to WGCI. But not only are we going to have a conversation with Trey, we also going to have a conversation with one of the chosen few house music DJs.
Oh, really?
Jesse Saunders. Yeah, man.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good show.
Chicago legend.
Yeah. And both of those guys are from Chicago. So you know what that means.
How Chicago I'm sorry. How are you?
Right. How Chicago are you? So it should be fun. We gonna have good conversation.
Now, who remembers the Coke Top 99?
Coke Top 99. Wow. And Trey, he had didn't Trey have a partner? Who was
Trey and Naki?
Yeah. Damn, boy. You got a memory like elephant.
Hey.
Your memory. That's why you are the dude that knows every stat from every team since the 90s.
All I do is sit and watch sports. That's it. ESPN should not have hired Stephen A. Smith. Damn them big words.
Wow.
Oh, I'm coming for him.
Wow.
If they can come for him, I'm coming for him too.
Damn. Okay. Well, you heard it from JB. They shouldn't have hired Stephen A. Smith.
No, the temerity, the unmitigated gall of ESPN to hire such a person.
Wow. Shit. They should have hired you. They should have hired you, JB.
It's not too late. I ain't doing no horse racing, though, and none of that location. None of that.
Well, shit. Since you know every motherfucking thing. But yeah, man. So that's JB. He knows every stat from every team since the 90s. I am T. Nick, the point guard, the quarterback. the coolest dude in the room, but I'm the only dude in the room. We out.
Peace.